All right, I think we're live. Hello and welcome everyone to a live match reaction to Leeds United's very big 1-0 win over Swansea City away at the Liberty Stadium. I'm NkGhTg. Joining me is Charles Foster. Charles, hello.
Hiya. How you doing?
Very well after that. I'm very happy. I cannot stop smiling at all. And Johnny Chick as well is also joining us. Hello, Johnny.
Hiya, you're right.
Very much so. How are you?
Buzzing, to be honest. Absolutely buzzing.
Yeah, I mean that really was a big win for Leeds United. We are live on YouTube and Facebook right now, so thank you to everyone who is joining us. Make sure to get all your comments and all your reactions into the comment section. You can also tweet at us and message us. We'll look at those as well. We've already got loads of comments coming through. Calvin on YouTube says, what a late win for Leeds. Yeah, very late win, but a very big win. Calvin also says, hopefully we are Premier League soon. Yes, I can sniff the Premier League already. I think we're there. Jim Bob Red on YouTube says, we are going up. Have no fear. We are going up. I think a lot more confidence now after that. And then Byron on YouTube says, yes, Leeds. Wow. I mean, yeah, it really was incredible. I mean, Charles, we left it late, but yeah, what a big win.
Yeah, it was very important because obviously West Brom having dropped points yesterday, Brentford seemingly unstoppable. We really need to keep the pace and kind of let if anyone's going to get drawn into a fight for second, let it be West Brom and not us. And yeah, getting that late goal was very important, and the win is crucial because what was it we need from 4 points from the last 3 games at most now.
Yeah,
even less if Brentford and Fulham drop points. That's really important.
And 2 of the last 3 games are at home against Barnsley and against Charlton. So, you know, we need 1 win and a draw. I mean, Johnny, it's happening, isn't it?
I don't like to say it until it's over, but every game that keeps passing, it does look like it's going to happen. Especially like you say, if the teams around us drop more points in midweek because of the pressure that's got to them, then we've really got to take our chances. It will. I thought last year was a bad bottle, but I think if somehow we don't do it this year, then that just blows it all out of the water because we're so close, so close.
This will be the biggest bottle of all time.
There's no coming back from this if we don't do this.
Yeah. I mean, going into the last 5 games, Johnny, I mean, this Swansea away game was the hardest, really. When you looked at it, you were thinking Barnsley at home will win that. Charlton at home, we've got a good chance there, and even Derby away. But Swansea away, this was the hardest game we had left of the last 5 games. And we picked up 3 points, which is just incredible, right?
Exactly. I say it may even be like, apart from the Fulham at home, probably one of the hardest ones we had actually of all 9 as well. Like ridiculous task. They're fighting for something as well. They're not hovering around in mid-table. They were 1 point off the playoffs, and they could still easily get 6th as well. So yeah, to come away with 3 points is massive. And to be honest, in the situation we're in, it doesn't matter what the performance is like, what the goal's like. As long as we get that win, it's all about results now. I couldn't care if we get dominated in all the games we play, but as long as we pick up the results, that's absolutely fine. So today was an exact carbon copy of that. Yeah. I didn't think we played too great, to be honest. One of our worst performances in recent weeks, but just to get that goal at the end, such a big relief.
Yeah, definitely. It's not about performances right now. It's about the results, and right now we're picking up the results. That's 2 wins in a row now, 4 unbeaten. It's just absolutely fantastic. And Johnny, you mentioned earlier with the pressure putting on the other teams. I mean, going into this, we had pressure because Brentford, they won yesterday away at Derby. West Brom, though, they drew 1 all away at Blackburn. So Blackburn does a favour. But, there's a lot of pressure on Leeds United heading into this game because, results didn't really go our way yesterday. And, yeah, we've put the pressure back on them. It's like a game of tennis, really. They're swinging the ball at us, putting pressure on us, and we're just handing it back.
Exactly. There were, as much as you want to go into these games with confidence, like going to the Stoke game after we beat Blackburn 3-1, we were still nervous. Beat Stoke 5-0, come into this game, we're still nervous because the teams around us are doing their job and still putting pressure on us in like their post-match interviews and stuff, little comments here and there. But we didn't look like, the players didn't seem to feel the pressure themselves. I don't think they were rushing it. They didn't look nervy. They seemed pretty composed. And even when the winner went in, obviously Pablo celebrated quite a lot. But, there wasn't those huge celebrations. It was sort of just keep composed, keep your head. And I think that's what they did. They did look pretty composed throughout the game. even though there's pressure, obviously, I don't know if that's without the fans in the stadium. They don't feel that atmosphere that the fans are feeling. Obviously, on social media, I'm sure everyone was bricking it coming into today's game, but they seemed all right. They got the job done, and it's huge.
Yeah, I mean, that's an interesting point you bring up with the fans. I mean, Charles, do you think, with Leeds fans there, and because it wasn't the best of performances, so with each mistake, the Leeds fans, who would have sold out that away, and there would have been moaning and groaning because we were misplacing passes, especially early on. Do you think that would have made it a completely different game? Do you think it would have added a lot more pressure on Leeds if there were fans in the ground?
Yeah, potentially more pressure on Leeds, but don't forget that we have a very poor record down in Wales, and obviously, given the lack of fans has massively boosted away form. That's just statistically true over the game since the restart. It could have been in our favour a bit to play without fans there. So yeah, I can understand what you mean by having the Leeds fans putting pressure on the players and how good our away end usually is in supporting the team. But given how poor our record in Wales is, we could really do without Swansea having too much of a home advantage, and obviously without their fans, there is no home advantage. So yeah, I think there's two ways to look at it.
And you mentioned the poor record in Wales. Going into this, it was just 9 wins in 53 visits to Wales. Now it's 10 wins in 54 visits. Thanks to her stats for tweeting that out very late last night. Got me really nervous heading to bed. Let's have a look at the comments then. Jim Bob, we've already read that one, I think. Dean Wood on Facebook says Leeds are going to the Premier League, hopefully. Rude Boy Q on YouTube says smash and grab, revenge is best served cold. Yes, I mean, it's similar to what happened earlier on in the season, isn't it, Charles? Swansea came to Ellen Road and nicked a pretty scrappy last minute winner. And then Pablo Hernandez, it wasn't, the best of finishing, but it managed to roll in past everyone. And it is really, really nice revenge, because they scored a late winner against us at Ellen Road and we've scored a late winner here.
Yeah, especially given Pablo's a former Swansea player, of course. He's very, very popular. I think he won the League Cup with them while he was there. So yeah, and he's still doing it. Like 4 or 5 years later for a different team in the Championship, and he's basically punched a hole in their playoff hopes, because a point would have put them, I think, put them above Cardiff into 6th place. So we've essentially, ruined that, because. It's still a chance that they've got quite a tough game. I think they've got Forest next, Swansea, so that's a really tough game. They really needed to win here to have any hope, or at least pick something up here to have any hope, and we've kind of destroyed it. Hence, I use a slightly miffed reaction, which I'm sure we'll discuss later on. So yeah, it was nice. It was sweet revenge, because I was so angry after, because we battered them at Ellen Road and we didn't get what we deserved. We missed our chances and they punished us with a scrappy free kick. So to do that the same to them and effectively end their season is, if a bit, petty, very funny.
And what made it sweeter was Pablo Hernandez's celebration, because he used to play for Swansea, and last season he scored at Swansea, didn't he, in that 2-2 draw? And his celebration was a bit more calmer, but here he didn't care. He took his shirt off. He got a yellow card, took his shirt off, went absolutely wild. He didn't care, and that made it even sweeter. Looking at the comments again, Byron on YouTube says big party in Beeston, Leeds real soon. And Adam Craig on YouTube says Pablo needs a statue. If he plays on if he keeps on playing for Leeds, how he's doing, takes us up, then definitely something needs doing, because he's definitely the best signing we've made since relegation. I think we can all agree on that. But getting into the game then, so I felt as though the first half, very even, really, very even. Swansea and Leeds, they were just, cancelling each other out, really. There wasn't too many good chances, really. I think Brewster early on for Swansea forced Mesley into a good save, and Brewster looked like their most dangerous threat going forward. Bamford's volley went straight into the goalkeeper. But 0-0 at half-time, pretty lacklustre first half, really. And we needed Pablo Hernandez. We got Pablo Hernandez. But he also taking off Stuart Dallas and Tyler Roberts for Pablo Hernandez and Alioski. And Johnny, that just give us a lot more life in midfield.
It definitely did. We play so much better with Pablo. He's not. I think he's the man to rely on, and he hasn't. It's weird to think he hasn't started since the restart, and he's probably been our best player, arguably. It's crazy how he manages to do it. I think Tyler. I feel sorry for him because he's so much better at number 9. He just wasn't playing that well. He had some good link ups, but he wasn't having as much an effect as Palo does, and we were rushing it a bit. And I think that's credit to Swansea. They were a very good side. They pressured us in midfield. I thought Conor Gallagher really kept out Calvin Phillips. He marked him throughout the whole of the game, really, but definitely the first half. He was superb. Like you say, Brewster was causing us problems, as was Ayew, who's technically, a fantastic player in that team. But when Pablo came on, you just saw it in that second half. Within the first few minutes, we looked so more controlled. Click was making nice runs with him, as was Costa. Ayling could get down that right-hand side, and he brings such a calmness to the team. I don't know what it is about him. He just never seems to really lose the ball that much. He's not rash. He's so calm with it, and he's a joy to watch. As you said, best player since relegation, 100%.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, yeah, Tyler Roberts, Charles, he's just not really a number 10, is he? Tyler Roberts, he's much better at number 9 because past few games starting at number 10, he's gone off at half time. It's not really working out for him in that position, is it?
I feel a bit sorry for him, really, because it isn't his position. He's played number 9 everywhere else in his career. Obviously, Bielsa likes adaptable players, but he doesn't suit the role of number 10. He's not like Pablo can drop deep and be creative, and he's in the spaces. And Roberts likes to be as far forward as possible at all times. He's almost hanging around Bamford all the time, which means we kind of get overwhelmed a bit in midfield as a result. Because Pablo even drops near Phillips now and again to pick up the ball and start something if we need him. So he's all over the place. Whereas he's a bit more. Roberts is normally much more further up the pitch. I do feel a bit sorry for him though, because it kind of seems like it must feel like from his perspective that he's essentially holding Pablo's place until half time, and then obviously giving it up for Pablo to come on and essentially save the day. He's kind of just wandering around in his shirt until half time. I do feel a bit sorry for him. He's kind of just he has had some decent moments, but he's obviously got the miss against Stoke. He really probably should have put that one away. So yeah, I do feel a bit sorry for him, but he's not suited to that role. We need another number 10 really. Either that or give Bogus a bit more of a Bogus, I should say, a bit more run out. I don't want to get Chris on me for mispronouncing Polish names.
No, definitely not. But yeah, Tyler. Yeah, I do feel sorry for Tyler Roberts because there's been games where Bamford's been poor, and then you think in the next game Tyler Roberts has to start, and then he just hasn't, and he's just not getting his chance at number 9, unfortunately. And yes, he's just holding that position until Pablo can come on and work his magic, really, because Pablo cannot play 90 minutes anymore. He's 35 years old, and it's quite clear that he can't play a full 90 minutes right now. But yeah, when Pablo Hernandez comes on, so much more control in that midfield. Mateusz Klich, I think he gets a lot more freedom to do his job because, yeah, as you mentioned, Charles, when Tyler Roberts is there, he's always going forward and leaving Klich back to defend, where Pablo Hernandez comes on to kind of, swap roles, gives Klich a lot more freedom, and then Pablo works his magic. And yeah, he's just so much better when he's in the team. I think the team feel a lot more comfortable when Pablo Hernandez is on. Sorry about that. Yeah, Pablo Hernandez, he's just so much better in that Leeds United midfield, really. Phillips, though, in the second half, had a strap around his left knee. He looked pretty uncomfortable, but he managed to see the game out. But yeah, 64 minutes. We need to talk about the missed chance on 64 minutes with Patrick Bamford. I mean, how does he miss this? I mean, fantastic play from Leeds United. Pablo Hernandez sprays a fantastic ball out to Jack Harrison on the left. Beautiful first-time cross into Patrick Bamford, who's 5 yards out, unmarked, and his header just goes straight into the goalkeeper. I mean, Charles, how did he miss?
I don't really know. Because initially I missed it because my stream was a bit. My internet wasn't great. My stream wasn't really catching up, and then so all I saw was like people that was the Leeds page going, "Oh, I was really unfortunate to miss that." And I was thinking, it must have been a worldly save then. And when I finally saw it, I thought he has to head it. He has to put it in the corner. He puts it far too central. Yeah, he either has to head it back where it comes from, which is the smart thing to do because it means that Woodman's completely wrong-footed and you're likely going to score, or you have to proper put it in the corner on the side that he did put it. And he didn't. He tried to kind of do both at once because his head positioning, it kind of seemed like he couldn't really decide which one he wanted to do. So it just kind of went just to the side, but mostly kind of central, which means it was obviously savable, very savable for Woodman. It was quite a good game.
Yeah.
And he had a really good game at Ellen Road as well. Did Freddie Woodman?
Yeah.
I don't know whether did he get him from Liverpool Woodman. I think so.
Might
Yeah,
I think they got Brewster from Liverpool as well. So they've got obviously Steve Cooper's using his England connections to get all the young English talent there. Unsurprisingly. So yeah, the miss was bad, and it was at a time where a goal in the 64th minute would have properly settled the nerves. It'd have been fine because everyone would have just gone, right, we're 1-0 up now. We can go on and punish them because we're so nervous up until the point we actually, I think we were discussing the chat earlier in our group chat that we got, that we're so nervous before we score. And once after we scored, we settled down completely. And if we'd have scored then, and it was a really good chance, he should have put it away.
Yeah,
it would have been fine.
Yeah. I mean, I think the team just builds on confidence. Before we go a goal up, we're a bit sloppy in possession. We panic a little bit. We try too much. And then when we go 1-0 ahead, we just relax and then just stroke the football around. So so comfortably. And the team just builds on confidence really. But yeah, Johnny, this chance from Bamford. I mean, he's got the entire goal to aim at, and yeah, there's no excuses for this really. He can't blame floodlights here. He's got the entire goal to aim at. Unmarked, 5 yards out. He needs to be scoring that, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. Like you say, crucial time in the game. Get a goal, then we can hopefully see it out and maybe get another one. When I saw it on the LUTV stream, I thought the Woodman made a great save. To be honest, because I thought he'd managed to get it right in the corner. I thought Woodman had got across, but the angle that really doesn't help him is the one from behind the goal where you see it, and he's got so much of that right hand side to be able to try and fit the ball into, and he just sort of heads it straight at him. It's a diving header, so it's obviously one of the harder skills to pull off, but he's got to score that. But to be honest, it doesn't really matter because thank God that Pablo goal that went in, then it's all fine now. To be honest, but I think to be honest, apart from that, he did. I thought he had a good game. I thought he battled with their centre halves quite well. I thought he fed off scraps because the long ball swim weren't that good at all. But like a Chris would have a couple of seasons ago, or like a prolific striker would take those chances. Your Mitrovic's will rely on those one chance, one goal, and unfortunately that's just that just hasn't happened. But like I say, at the end of the day, we got the win, so it's fine.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to be too negative on on the match reaction for such a big win, but yeah, I mean, Patrick Bamford, you don't want to discredit, the work that he does. As you mentioned, he works so hard for the team, on the ball, off the ball. He does so much, and you don't want to discredit that. But at the end of the day, he's the striker, and his job is to score goals. And quite frankly, he's just not doing it at the moment. I mean, people will probably say, yeah, he's got 16 goals this season. He scored 2 in the last 2 games. He's doing it, but right now he should be on 30, with the chances he gets, the clear-cut chances he gets. And the 16 goals he has scored this season, how many of them have been crucial goals? He scored at Stoke. That was to make it 2-0, but it was a comfortable win. Was that a really comfortable game? The one against Stoke, the fifth goal in that, the goals that he scored, they haven't been crucial goals.
The ones against Millwall at home, they were crucial.
Yeah,
we need.
Yeah, they're crucial. And the Luton ones as well sort of won us the game.
Yeah, that was an old goal. That last minute
one
goal. That doesn't count. Trying
to stick up for him.
Yeah. But he should be on at least 30 this season so far.
No, he should be. He should be, yeah.
Own goals been one of our players this season.
Yeah.
How many own goals have we scored? 5?
Like 7 or 8, isn't it?
I think it's a few. I think it's Pablo on 8 goals now for the season. I think he's on 8.
Yeah.
I think 3 of them have come since the restart as well. He's been on fire.
Yeah, he's been fantastic, and he still hasn't played. He hasn't started a game since the restart. Still hasn't played a full 90 minutes, and he's been easily one of the best players in this restart. And yeah, let's go on to the goal then. So because not much happened really up until that point. It was very nervy. Both teams just cancelling each other out. But then 89 minutes, Leeds United with the winning goal, and nice build up from Leeds, attacking down the right hand side. I think it was Helder Costa fed through Ayling on the right side of the box. He cut it back to Pablo Hernandez, who managed to find the bottom left corner. A decent finish, not the most not most clinical of finishes, but a big goal, Johnny, a very big goal.
Huge, absolutely huge. Settles the nerves, and it's, to be honest, if in a way you're going to win it, it's a great way to look back on it than in a way scoring early on and sort of seeing it out. It makes it so much more dramatic. But when you look back at it, I kind of prefer those 90th minute winners. But in the game, it's horrible. I was thinking, was it Costa on the right hand side? When Costa was on the right hand side, I was thinking, just please get that ball in. And I think it took a deflection back to Pablo, and somehow it took like a year to get in. And finally found its way to the back of the net. A huge goal, great celebrations. Don't care that he got booked. I don't think he's anywhere near like a booking tally to get him banned. So he can celebrate all he wants. Absolutely huge. It's a huge goal.
Sorry, I've just got to go check something. I'm not sure why from those lots.
I mean, you know, everyone. we'll just stick him in the waiting room for now. But yeah, no, a big goal. Yeah, it took ages to get in, but once it went in, you know, just ecstatic. I think everyone really, really did enjoy it. Of course, apart from Swansea fans, and we have a Swansea fan here. Pritchard on YouTube says, from a Swansea fan, I feel we deserve something from the game. We look knackered. Don't know why Cooper didn't make any subs. Good luck in the Prem next year. Thank you very much for the good luck wishes. Hopefully we do manage to get in the Prem. I mean, you know, it's a fair point. You know, I would agree to some extent that, you know, Johnny, I would agree to some extent that, you know, Swansea did, you know, a lot. You know, they were cancelling Leeds out. They were, you know, making some chances. You know, they did a lot in the game, and, you know, give credit to them. But, you know, as I mentioned, you know, they were knackered. And yeah, when it got to the last 5 minutes, I think the commentators on NkGhTg, they were saying, oh yeah, Swansea look a bit tired. And yeah, you were thinking in the back of your mind, maybe we can exploit this because we're, you know, we're the fittest team of the championship. So, you know, he's got a point. You know, the Swansea were good. And yeah, probably did deserve maybe a point out of the game, but you know, at the end, you know, they were tired, and Leeds just managed to capitalise, really, Johnny.
Yeah, I said it's a fair summary. I think if the game had ended 0-0, we wouldn't have really, you know, said they didn't deserve that at all. I think if they were going to score, they had to score in that first half when they were really turning on the press, because I'm not too sure if they're one of the sides that like to press a lot, but they're certainly not a fit side as us. So if they had to capitalise, it had to come in that first half, because I thought in that second half we were just going to end up keep pressing, because we were going to keep going at the same intensity. And, you know, unfortunately, like they're saying, Bryn Law on NkGhTg was saying that they were dropping off. And I was thinking when he said they in like the 85th, 86th minute, I was thinking, please just keep these waves of attack going. And luckily one of them went in. But yeah, a credit to Swansea. I thought they did play well. I thought they did that. They dominated us in that midfield and made it tough life for us in that first half. They really did. Brewster should have potentially done better with his effort. And I think if without some crucial blocks, one good block from Ayling, good interceptions from Ben White and Cooper, they could have potentially got that goal in the first half. So yeah, credit to them and best of luck to them. Nice to see them get playoffs.
Yeah. Jay Coyle on YouTube responding to that comment saying, I guess you got what you deserve from this game. In the last game when you didn't, and we got ours today. Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, we've already mentioned that kind of, haven't we?
Byron on YouTube says, Pablo is a reincarnated God and Strachan. Let's wrap this title up, then pump it up Centenary style. I love that comment. I absolutely love
that. I mean, obviously, I think Strachan's goal against Leicester, that have you ever seen a better goal, which essentially got us promoted into the first division. It was such a crucial goal. This goal is kind of a similar ilk, because it could be that important come the end of the season. We never know.
Yeah, a very important player is Pablo Hernandez. So yeah, big win today. That's now 1 loss in 11. 1 loss in 11. 4 unbeaten now. 3 wins and a draw. Yeah, one a roll right now, and hopefully it continues. Johnny, we of course go on to Barnsley at home on Thursday in that ridiculous 5 p.m. kickoff slot again. Barnsley 0-0 draw yesterday at home to Wigan. That's 2 draws in a row for them. But yeah, Barnsley bottom of the league on 24th, bottom of the league on 43 points, 3 points from safety. I mean, it's surely an easy 3 points on Thursday.
You'd like to think so, you really would. I think after, if we'd have potentially taken a 0-0 draw today, and like you say, we're playing after all the other teams around us, say if we had drawn today or potentially lost, Brentford win in midweek, then I think it wouldn't have been an easy game at all. But the amount of confidence we'll go in with just that one goal from Pablo will be superb. And I think if we can just come flying out of the traps, get that first goal, then that should be that wrapped up. You know, Barnsley, if we were playing them at Oakwell and away from home, that's a completely different game because we never really seemed to do well there, apart from obviously earlier on in the season. But it took us a long time to break them down in that first game that we played them in back in like September, I think it was. It was two very late goals from NkGhTg and a penalty from Klitsch. So, but I'm just thinking at home we're a completely different team. Like you say, they're bottom of the league, but they're one of these teams that are fighting for their lives. So we can't really rule them out. I don't think they're one of these teams that. I mean, they may sit behind the ball a little bit, but I think they are a team that do like to play. They do have some talent in there, but like I said, get that first goal, we should be able to beat them easily.
Yeah, definitely. Charles, what are your thoughts going into Thursday's game?
I'm confident. Obviously, I'm confident. I didn't think we played that well today. Obviously, Swansea are chasing the playoffs. They're a much better team than Stoke and a much better team than Barnsley. So Barnsley could effectively, depending on how other games go, be down or more or less down by the time we play them. So we're desperate for a result. It's a bit of a they'll expect to lose. They will come expecting to lose. Their manager and the players won't say that, but they'll be coming expecting to get beat. I'm confident. I think we'll turn them over. I think if we do turn them over, if we do get 3 points in that game, then what do we need? 1 point from 2 games to mathematically secure it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think I'm fairly confident. I would love to secure it at Derby. That would really cheer me up.
That'd be lovely. I think it's written in the stars to secure it at Derby.
It would make me feel a lot better after how bad Derby made me feel last season.
Yeah, I think it's written in the stars for us to win the league at Derby. You know, after last season, the pain that they caused us. You know, to go away at Derby and then win promotion or win the league, that'd be fantastic. But you know, we need to take it one game at a time. You know, let's try and not get carried away. But you know, Johnny, 4 points needed from 3 games. Are we going to do it?
Yes, we should. We really should. 4 points from 3, and any other time in the season we should be able to do. And like you say, we win that game. How many times this season have we lost 2 games back to back and not picked up that many points? It's there in our hands. We can't complain. And even if Brentford win in midweek, we can't have those comments where it's like, "Oh, I'm nervous now for this." It's literally in our hands. So much more than it was before today, before Stoke, before Blackburn. We are so close. Today was the biggest steps into the lockdown and the restart. 100%. We are so close. We just need to get that job done now.
Yeah, definitely. Charles, give us a score prediction for Thursday.
I'm going to go 3-0 Leeds. I'm feeling very confident. I think they're a very good team, so 3-0 Leeds.
Johnny?
I'll go 2-0. 2-0 Leeds.
Yeah, I'll go 2-0 as well. Hopefully Leeds United can get the job done on Thursday. What you wanted to say?
I'd like to say I also correctly predicted the Swansea game. I'm pretty sure I said 1-0.
Yeah, I did as well.
Yeah.
I was laughing at a comment earlier here from Lou Leeds on YouTube. Says, "Don't you theoretically need to die to be reincarnated?" Yes, I think yeah, you do. Yes, I don't think who was it who said it?
I don't remember
Pablo one.
Yeah, I don't think Byron was being genuine, but just saying he's like Gordon Strachan, and yeah, really is, really good player is Pablo Hernandez, and won the game for Leeds United today. A big 3 points. We of course move on to Thursday. Hopefully Leeds United can get the job done. 4 points needed on the possible 9. Yeah. Well, hopefully Leeds United can do it. We'll wrap it up there, lads. Thank you for joining us, Johnny.
No, thank you for having me, mate. Cheers.
No worries. And make sure to subscribe to Johnny's YouTube channel. He does a lot of Leeds United content now, don't you?
Yeah, I'm enjoying it now with these wins. So yeah, hopefully there'll be a review of this game up soon.
It's always nice when we've won.
Yeah, it definitely is. I don't know whether I've done a review at 0-0 to be honest. So thanks, Pablo.
Yeah, but much better. Recording videos as well after a win, because after you've lost and you go to record a match review, you're like, bloody hell, we have to talk about this again. But after a win, it's definitely much better. And keep up the videos, Johnny. Really good. Really enjoying watching them at the moment. And hopefully you'll reach 100 subscribers soon. And Charles as well. Thank you for joining me.
Yeah, cheers for having me on, mate.
See you in the podcast later in the week. Thank you to everyone who has watched. Really do appreciate it. If you enjoyed, make sure to give it a like, follow on our social media. It's all scrolling at the bottom of the screen. Subscribe on YouTube as well, and give it a share as well. Give it a share if you enjoyed. Last comment here from Lou Leeds. Pablo is an actual wizard, though, to be fair. Yes, he is. All right, let's end it there. Thank you, everyone, for joining. And